Hey guys, welcome to another Untitled podcast. That was an awful beginning. So today we're going to be talking about, it's Halloween season, spooky. Yes, so it is Halloween season. It started October something, I don't know. People actually have like specific dates when Halloween season starts for them. That's kind of weird to me. Halloween season probably is only the 31st. Because Halloween is a one-day thing. I don't know. People love Halloween as their favorite holiday, which is pretty rad. I can see why. You can be into that really weird stuff. That's cool. But today, it's going to be a shorter one like usual with SoloCast, because I can only talk for so long. But I always try to make these over 30 minutes, just so it's something. And excuse me for coughing, and if you hear any awful sneezes or like me blowing my nose, like I'm recording this on Saturday. That's why it's coming out really late, because I'm stupid, and I didn't record one in advance because I forgot. But I'm still getting it out Saturday. Uploading times probably for this holiday season, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Probably will probably be out a little bit later than 11 a.m. just in case, I have to render and edit the video. So I'll probably come out a little bit later. But every Saturday will always come out. But if I have to make a permanent change to the time, I'll let you guys know. But it should still always come out around 11. If not, just wait later on in the day and it'll come out. I'll always try and upload it before it gets too late, because then that's not really, nobody can really listen to it. But today, we will be talking about Halloween, since this is coming out today, and that means it's 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days until Halloween. And Halloween, my Halloweens have been pretty alright that I can remember. I don't really have any Halloween memories specifically. Like nothing like too like serious. Like I never found a razor blade in candy like that. Oh, that's okay. So on Twitter, there's a trend going around about like, parents, watch out to make sure your kids don't get edible gummies with like marijuana in them. And of course, everybody's just like with all that stuff. And one of the main concerns with it is that obviously you don't want your kids to have edibles, because that's bad. That's marijuana. And from that, wow, I'm really going blank. Why am I going blank? Oh, so for Halloween, I don't really have any specific like super fun memories that I can recall right now. Probably if I saw like some kid getting beat up, that would remind me of something. No, I'm kidding. But like, I never really did anything as a kid. I kind of remember what I dressed up as. I remember one time I was Batman. One time I was a wrestler. I think it was kind of a blur. I remember my last Halloween, I was probably like 12. I stopped pretty early, at a young age, because it didn't really interest me all that much that I can remember. And I remember I was a vampire. And I remember I had to get home because I was trick-or-treating alone with my cousins, and my cousins left me. And then I had to get home because I was like, oh, it's too late. It's like 10-something. I need to get home. And then I ran through like a bunch of like I went through like some bushes, and they were like thorn bush. I didn't realize they were like thorn bushes that had like spinas or like stuff like that. So I went home, and I just had all these things in my legs, like in the pant legs, and I took them off, and thankfully nothing like stuck in and killed me. But it was, I remember that specifically because I was just like, wow, that kind of sucks, just having all this stuff inside my pant legs and all this stuff. It's kind of crazy. But besides that, I don't really have any Halloween memories. All I remember is just going around getting candy. That's about it. I never went into haunted houses. I was a big scaredy cat, which I I don't get it. In real life, I am pretty scared of like scary movies and things like that. Now that I think about it, but before I watched scary movies like all the time when I was younger. But then I think once I turned 13, around the same time that I quit going trick-or-treating, is that whenever I stopped watching like scary movies. I still watch R-rated movies every now and then, but not like, I didn't watch like some slasher films. I watched like just like still adult oriented stuff, but not like, you know, slasher flicks, I should say. Which I'm really glad I stopped watching slasher flicks, because not only are there not like any good slasher flicks now and then, but just in general, I don't really like that genre of movies anymore. And I don't know why I kind of liked it when I was a child, because it was really, I don't really grasp the genre as much now as I did back then. I probably just watched it because like, oh, I'm a cool kid because I'm watching this guy kill this girl or something like that. But now I'm looking at him like, I don't really like movies like that. I like kids movies. I like animated movies. I'd rather go watch Toy Story 2 again than go watch like a new movie. Like, I don't know. I guess just as I've grown older with age, I just want to hold on to the grasp of watching fun, like, experiencing movies than just to go in and be like afraid and stuff like that. Which now I'm a huge scaredy cat when it comes to movies. Like, jump scares, that's one thing that kind of turned me off from movies, is jump scares. I think jump scares are like so stupid, and like the concept of them are really like stupid. Well, that's just to me. I don't really get how people enjoy jump scares. Jump scares do get me, but not in the way of like, ooh, that was good, but in the way of, wow, that was, I knew that guy was gonna jump up, but I still jumped just because I was scared of like, well, I mean, I'm still gonna be scared if he jumps up, but oh, he scared me, like stuff like that. That's not really as interesting to me, and that's what most horror movies go for now, is that, we gotta keep the audience entertained, let's jump scare them, and then they jump scare you, which I mean, that's fine. I mean, I know people like that and all, but just in general, to me, that's not interesting. That's not what makes a movie tick, I should say. Like, the same thing goes for the new It movie. I still haven't seen it. Eventually I was gonna get around to seeing it, but I never did. So I'll probably just wait till it comes out on DVD or something. I'll wait. I'm not in no rush to watch it, just because I don't know. A lot of people in my school hype up a lot of movies or like TV shows or whatever. Like, everybody at my high school hyped up 13 Reasons Why, and I don't know why. Like, to me, it just, 13 Reasons Why just seemed like not an interesting show. At least for me. I can see where it comes from for interesting for other people, because of, you know, this is like how real high schoolers feel. I'm like, well, I kind of get that, but probably not in the as drastic way as they portrayed it. I don't know. But whenever they hype up like Stranger Things 2 came out for Halloween or whatever. I've never seen Stranger Things. I haven't seen a single trailer except for the new ones that always pop up before YouTube videos, and I watch them because I can't skip them. And I'm not saying Stranger Things isn't interesting to me, but I don't know. I guess because I'm not trying to be a hipster, but since they're like so mainstream, like, it just tones me out to some things. Like what's it called? What's something that recently came out? I don't know. Like, I'm not as hip as my friends. My friends are super duper hip. They say lit. They say all this stuff. I say it ironically because I don't like saying it, because I think it's kind of weird. That's just me. But but when it comes to It the movie, I've heard nothing but good things about it. I remember I watched the original TV series of it, and I liked it. It was really interesting. It was more comical than what I hear now about the new one. What I hear about the new one is that people are saying, "Oh, it's very like edgy," or like things like that. Which I'm like, I get. You need to, I get it. You need to adapt to your new surroundings. Like, if the new It movie went with the old way, I don't think it'd work out as well as it did now. But that doesn't mean like a lot of people said that it was a good movie. It was very comical too. Every now and like it was still good, but a lot of people said there was a ton of jump scares, which kind of concerned me for the way of drawing in the story for it, because I feel like because jump scares are more than just the main villain or the main like serial killer jumping out, scaring the person and killing them. Jump scares are more than that. Like if you just like you feel like a tense moment for the main character, and then you just hear like a walkie-talkie go off, or like a phone ring, and then you jump because you're like, oh, you didn't expect that. That's a good jump scare. I'm not saying movies can't have jump scares, but maybe they should use them less frequently, and more not just, oh, if there's a jump scare, that person's gonna die, but more of a, oh, you fell for the tension, so we got you with something that paid off in the end. That's just my opinion on jump scares. So that's probably why I don't like horror movies nowadays, because there's way too many jump scares. But I'm so sorry. I make sure next time I get more people so I'm not sick. Anyway, but another point is that I wanted to bring up is one of my favorite movies from Tim Burton, The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's that time of year to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. The most the most debated movie around this time of year. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, to be completely honest. I really love it. I love the music in it. I like it a lot. But one of the biggest controversy that it has is, what is the movie? Is it a Christmas movie, or is it a Halloween movie? That's one of the biggest debates ever. Probably not ever. Probably presidential debate and stuff like that's a little bit bigger, but at least for movie's sake, this one's a pretty big one. And recently, I was online, I was on Twitters, I was on everything, and oh my gosh, that scared me. Oh my goodness, that scared me. Okay, that was a good jump scare. Okay, so I have an article open and I'm gonna read from it, so it's like, because I'm on my computer, so I can look at this, so I don't have to be on my phone. And there's a stupid Cars. I never saw Cars 3. I'm never gonna see Cars 3. I don't care enough about Cars 3. I know how it ends already. I think that's how it ends. Is that I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't like Cars. The first one was alright. The second one's awful, and I don't even want to see the third one. I don't. But there's this. It's an ad that whenever you put your mouse over it, it makes I don't know what kind of ad is that. That's like awful. Because if it's like 3 a.m. at night and I'm trying to study for an exam and I need to look up some web page and it has ads and I sweep over it, and if my roommate's asleep, then I wake him up with that, and that scared me. That's why I don't watch scary movies, because I get scared just sitting in my own room hovering over ads. Anyway, so recently on Twitter, and a few articles started popping up a few days ago, and probably even today, I didn't pay attention, is the debate about the Nightmare Before Christmas movie. And the biggest reason is that recently Henry Selick, who directed the movie, was questioned if it was a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie, and he explained Christmas plays a factor in the story at the end of the day. Oh no, okay. He says Christmas plays a factor in the story, but at the end of the day, The Nightmare Before Christmas is a story about Halloween. But some fans are not of the action classic or whatever it's called. How did action? It's not. Oh, this is anyway. Went on board with the idea and took to social media. So basically, the person that made the film, directed it, said it's a Halloween movie, but Christmas does play an important part. But it is a Halloween movie. But fans are not okay with this. But the movie released was in October, which why would you release a Christmas movie in October unless like you're trying to like really get the Christmas crowd with you? And so a lot of fans are becoming like, it's a Christmas movie, which I don't get. I always thought it was a Halloween movie. I watch it Halloween and Christmas. I think the movie's good, and I could even watch it during Easter, and the movie will still be good. It doesn't matter when I watch the movie, but I think it's a Halloween movie. The nightmare before Christmas. What comes before Christmas? Halloween. Done. All right. Anyway, no, but this is a pretty big debate because very few people are on board with the idea of it being a Halloween movie for whatever reason. I don't know why, but people aren't on board with it. And so yeah, but I want to talk about The Night Before Christmas more than just if it's a Halloween movie, because it is a Halloween movie, or a Christmas movie, which it's not, but it portrays Christmas. It's just the whole movie in general. I think it's a good movie. I remember but recently, well, not recently, but there's been talks about a sequel for a while now. Back, like a few years ago, probably like a little bit after it was released, they wanted to make a sequel, but instead of using stop motion, they used animation, which I'm against. I love Tim Burton's. I love stop motion in general. Like, I love Coraline's one of my favorite movies too. Now I think about it, I love Coraline in general. It's pretty freaky. Pretty offsetting sometimes, like with the when she goes into the distortion world and she goes to watch the play. I'm not into that. That's kind of, I like it, but it's kind of freaky to me and kind of awkward. But I really like Coraline. I liked A Corpse Bride. I love The Corpse Bride. I didn't see Frankenweenie. I don't know if that's a stop motion. I didn't see the Box Troll, and I didn't see Kubo, but I saw behind the scenes of Kubo, and that looks crazy. With one of the scenes, looking back, they made a giant thing just for this one. It was crazy. I was just like, that's amazing. I love stuff like that. So I was really excited about all this stuff, but there's still in talks about different things, and one of them is a possible sequel. But just like a lot of movies, sequels are always left on the table for a while. So the last time they talked about it was in 2009, to which Silic said he was up for it, which is cool. That's good. He's up for it. So if there's another one, I don't really think I'd actually want another one, to be honest with you. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to go watch it, but it's fine by itself. I don't think it's needed for a sequel, but if it had a sequel, I wouldn't be against it, obviously, but I'd go see it, obviously, because I'd want to see how it compares to the first. Because, people may say, the sequel is never better than the original. Well, that's not exactly true. I think some sequels are better than originals. Like, I think Toy Story 2 is better than Toy Story 1. I said it. I think Toy Story 3 is better than both of them. I like Toy Story 2 better than Toy Story 3. Let me take that back. Because Toy Story 2 focused more on the characters rather than the story. Which story was still good, but the point of Toy Story 3 was, Andy's growing up, and the toys need to move on. Which that struck me. But as for character development, nothing really was added. Except maybe the baby. The baby is just like, nah, Lotso. That's good. So I think Toy Story 3 had more of a tugging of a heart to me, but Toy Story 2 had better like repercussions for it because it transferred over. So Toy Story 4 is coming out, and that's going to be a love story. I don't know how that's going to work out, but this is not about Toy Story 4. This is about The Nightmare Before Christmas. Alright, let's get it. Alright. So last time I saw Nightmare Before Christmas was about a year ago. I watch it about yearly. I really like it. But so in Halloween Town, it's filled with citizens of all kinds, from witches to goblins to ghouls to monsters. And there's one guy called Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. He's the leader of the place. He runs the place. And he always gets excited for Halloween. Even though it's Halloween Town, every day is pretty much Halloween. But Halloween to them still is a big thing for the regular thing. But as time goes on, Jack gets weary of the routine and he wants to get something new. So then he goes into the woods after Halloween, and then he finds doors. Now, he finds trees with doors, and each one has different holidays on it, like marked with like New Year's, Easter, stuff like that. And one of them goes to Christmas Town. Whenever he first goes, the first obvious song, what's this? No, 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 no. Yeah. So he explores there. He goes back to Halloween Town. He's like, hey, yo, let's bring Christmas to Halloween. And then he goes back to Christmas to go study it. But he can't really explain what he finds, because he's still unfamiliar with Christmas Town. And he doesn't understand why the citizens of Halloween Town will not take over Christmas that year. So then, all this stuff, Jack, assigns people of Halloween to have Christmas jobs and all this stuff, like caroling, being Santa, all this stuff. And then one of the girls named Sally, yeah, that's her name, Sally, who likes Jack, tries to warn him this isn't gonna work out, but then Jack's like, nah, and he dresses up as Santa. And then he tells 3 children to go kidnap Santa, and they kidnap Santa so that he can bring him to Halloween Town. And Jack takes Santa's jobs, and he does a really bad job. And basically, that's the whole point of the movie. He just wants to experience Christmas. Then Oogie Boogie, one of my favorite villains in Disney. He's a gambling boogeyman. That's the best combination of words I've ever heard. A gambling boogeyman. That's so amazing. And then, so he wants to kill Santa. Sally wants to help Santa, but then he ends up kidnapping Sally too. So then, Jack does his thing. He delivers presents. But then, people are like, Santa needs to calm down with these presents. He gives out, like, dead bodies, heads, all this random stuff. And then, ends with, Jack finding out, he finds out, he loves Halloween again. He goes back and he saves Santa and Sally by untying Oogie Boogie. Because Oogie Boogie, everything's stop motion in this film, but Oogie Boogie is like a cloth, and he has like worms and all these different bugs inside of him. So whenever he unties him, he basically tears them apart, and then all these bugs get out, and then all this stuff happens. Santa goes back to Santa goes back to Christmas Town, and then it ends with everybody enjoying Halloween again, and that's all that you can wish for. And then Sally and Jack get together. Yeah, so for The Nightmare Before Christmas, it's a really good movie. I told you guys the whole plot. It's an old movie. I forget how old it is. It came out in 1993. That's crazy. I feel like it's not even that old, but it's very old. It's almost it's old enough to drink now. That's crazy to think. But The Nightmare Before Christmas is not my favorite Halloween movie. My favorite Halloween movie of all time, I'll give you a quick rundown real quick, because I took some medication and I'm getting a little bit droozy, is Scary Godmother. That is one of my favorite Halloween movies of all time. That the hands down one of my favorite Halloween movies of all time. Like, there's no way of passing it up. It's one of the best movies ever. Just the characters in it. Let me list you off some characters that I remember from heart. We got my boy. So you got Scary Godmother, the witch, the Scary Godmother, to Hannah Marie. Hannah Marie is a big baby, but as the story goes on, she gets better and stronger as a character. Got Jimmy, my boy. Jimmy. Jimmy is one of the best antagonists in movie history. You got Bert, my boy Bert with his SUV. when I first watched this movie, I was probably like 8. I probably watched it even earlier, but I think I was 8 when I first watched it. And I thought Bert was so funny, because Bert was just this random kid who was a baseball player driving an SUV. And then you got my boy Daryl. He was a piece of candy. Both years, piece of candy. And he had a crush on Katie. Katie had a crush on Daryl. And she dresses as a black cat. Jimmy had the devil suit. Well, it was a sweatsuit. So basically, it was just a hoodie. And Hannah was, I don't know, she was something. She was a fairy princess. At least on the first one. But the reason why this is one of my favorite movies is because of the subplots in the movies. The point is, Hannah gets locked in a house. I don't want to spoil it because I think everybody should get it. But the point is, Hannah needs to overcome her fears. She meets amazing characters like Scully, Mr. Scully Pettybones, a gay skeleton that hides in people's closet. Let me rephrase this, because people are like, why'd you, well, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you need to watch the movie and you'll be like, yeah, that's a gay skeleton, because he lives in Scary Godmother's closet. He comes out of the closet. He has a very feminine way of acting, and you just need to see how he acts, and then you'll understand why. It's not obviously like pointed out, because this is based on a book, and this book came out when this book come out? Let me look this up. It came out like in the 1990s, probably towards 2000s. So obviously, then they're not gonna be like, oh, look, this is a gay. Well, you'll know, you'll know if you trust me. Got my boy Bugaboo. This is big round purple ball with a bunch of eyes. He becomes one of Hannah's best friends. And we got my boy Harry the werewolf, wearing a blue t-shirt. He's the joke of this movie. He steals food, he eats a lot, but he doesn't, pay rent, do anything, so he causes a lot of mischief. He might order a little bit, extra pizza that they can't pay for later on in the movies. There's 2 movies. Well, yeah, there's 2 movies but together it's like one full-length movie, so each one's like 45 minutes. So that's a pretty short watch. I recommend you watch them. You got three more characters. You got the vampire family. You got Count Maxwell. It's just this very, very pale, bald vampire. You got his wife Ruby, and then you got Orson, their son, and their son. It's never confirmed, but it's heavily implied that her and Hannah have a crush on each other, and that he likes her, and that she might like him. But in the movies, it's not shown. But in the books, it's confirmed. Orson does have a crush on Hannah. So all throughout this movie, they intricated some way to have Hannah trying to beat her fears and show Jimmy that she don't need no man. Jimmy's trying to show that not to ruin her trick-or-treating, so he tries to torture her. But it's just trying to be a baseball player in an SUV. Daryl likes Katie. Katie likes Daryl. It's implied and is revealed because when they're trading candy outside in the first movie, that she wants to trade him candy for 2 kisses. And Daryl's like, but I don't have 2 kisses. And he's like, oh. And then they look at each other. They do a slight lean in, and then Jimmy jumps in the middle. And I'm like, Jimmy, why you putting the X in between? Let them go. And then my boy Harry, he has a lot of taxes to pay. Not taxes. He has a lot of debt to pay in the first one. I think in the second one he has to pay it off. I think that's how that works. Yeah, that's how that works. My boy Scully Bones is just there for emotional support. Bugaboo's there for emotional support. And then the vampire family is just there because they're friends. Yeah, looking back on this movie, there's not really that many characters. I can't forget Boozle. Boozle is the name of Scary Godmother's ghost cat. Not very important, but that's if you see some random cat and you know why. I don't know. I really like this. I really like the movie. I like both of them. I like the first Scary Godmother and Jimmy's Revenge. Pretty good movies. I'm very sad that they only did 2 of the books, because there's more books. The first film's based on the first book, and the second film's based on the second book, obviously. But there's so many other books. There's a lot of them. And there's comics too. What, man? That sucks. I would have loved to have seen my boy Scully Bones in Bloody Valentine. What the heck? Ugh. And Mystery Date, Boo Flu, Wild About Harry, Ghouls Out for Summer. Well, I knew it was based off of a book, but I've never read the titles. I want to see these get adapted into real life films. Are you kidding me? Bloody Valentine? I think the only reason why they probably wouldn't make Bloody Valentine because they probably confused it with that awful movie, My Bloody Valentine. That movie was so bad. It's such a bad movie. Like, hey, that's another reason why I don't like horror movies, is because they have bad plots. I mean, I'm not a movie connoisseur or anything. I see good movies, I see bad movies. I usually keep to myself. If a movie's bad, there's something about it that I'd like. I think the new Transformers that came out recently was literally awful. It was like one of the worst movies ever. They didn't even have Grimlock in it at all. The dinosaurs, they had Grimlock in it for 2 minutes of film. And that was the best part. He was just chewing up some truck. He's like, spit that out, and he spits it out. And I was just like, he's just a big old dog. It's like, so, and none of the characters are likable. The filming's weird. I don't know. The new Transformers is bad. The Scary Godmother, I can watch it anytime. It's probably it hasn't aged well. To be honest, I don't think I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't aged well. You can tell by watching it, but just the subplots of just all these romances that you see blossom, all these characters getting new arcs. It's like insanely good. To me, I could watch that movie like every Halloween. I watch it every Halloween. That's like one of the reasons why I watch TV during Halloween, is because like I can just watch the specials. But I can watch them online now, so I don't need to watch them on TV. But I'll watch them probably Halloween night. I'll watch them Halloween night, October 31st, after the 10 p.m. curfew for trick-or-treating. I'll watch Scary Godmother and Scary Godmother's Jimmy's Revenge back to back on a school night on a Tuesday, and I'll have a blast eating leftover candy and discounted candy on Wednesday. I'll have a blast Halloween night. I don't even go trick-or-treating because that didn't really matter to me before, and all this good stuff. But I think that's about it. Usually for these what was I gonna say? Oh, usually for these solo casts, I usually just talk about a movie, and I just describe the movie's plot and everything. Because I don't know. I guess I can only talk about movies and video games alone, because I don't really have anybody else I can talk to about. So I usually talk to myself, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, so I hope you guys do enjoy this podcast. Hope you guys do have a happy Halloween this Tuesday. Hope you guys dress up, have fun, do whatever y'all want to do, all that good stuff. And that's it. I'll see you guys next Saturday with a guest. With a guest, I'll make sure I get a guest. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys have a spooktacular day, and I hope you guys hope you stay safe, because that last podcast I did where I almost died twice again. What I realized is that there's one friend, I'm not gonna name no names, but he knows who he is. He doesn't watch these, but he knows who he is. That I will never drive with him ever again, because you can never judge a book by its cover. Alright, see you guys next weekend. Alright, let's